الماء والطاقة. كثير من جوانب حياتنا تعتمد على هاتين الظاهرتين: الأكل، الشرب، إنتاج السلع، والتخلص من النفايات. المياه والطاقة أشياء لا غنى عنها في الحياة. إمكانية الوصول إليها والتعامل معها هما الجوهر في جودة الحياة. نحن في بايب لايف نعمل كحجر الزاوية في البنية التحتية البشرية. بغض النظر أينما التفت، ستكون خدماتنا ومنتجاتنا متواجدة. ماذا نفعل؟ نحن نقدم جميع أنظمة الأنابيب البلاستيكية لتوصيل المياه وإنتاج الطاقة. من أحد مصنعينا في النرويج ننتج ونطور كل شيء، من الأنابيب الصغيرة لإمدادات المياه وحماية الكابلات، إلى أنظمة المياه الكبيرة المستخدمة في التطبيقات البحرية لمحطات الطاقة ومحطات تحلية المياه. واحدة من أعظم صناعاتنا هي أنابيب الضغط المصنوعة من البولي إيثيلين ذات الأطوال الكبيرة، والتي تم تطويرها وإنتاجها في النرويج. تلك الأنابيب غير السامة والمضادة للتآكل يمكن الاستفادة منها في تطبيقات صناعية مختلفة: تغذية مياه الشرب، محطات تحلية المياه، مياه التبريد لمحطات الطاقة، مخارج مياه البحر، مياه الصرف الصحي، وحماية خطوط الكهرباء والبترول. القدرة العالية لمقاومة المواد الكيميائية والقدرة على مقاومة الصدمات تجعل مواسيرنا من البولي إيثيلين مناسبة لمختلف البيئات. في بايب لايف اندمجنا في كل الخطوات، بدءا من الخطوات الهندسية والتخطيط لإنتاج النظام إلى نقل وتركيب الأنابيب. التركيز على التفاصيل هو ما يضمن الجودة لمنتجنا، والاستثمار في الابتكار والتطوير التكنولوجي هو ما يمكننا من تسليم مواسير بأطوال وأقطار فاقت كل شيء في الصناعة: 2.5 المتر قطر، وطول يصل من 600 إلى 1000 متر. نحن نعلم أننا يمكننا فعل أكثر من ذلك. اليوم الحجم لا يشكل عائقاً أمامنا، بل أصبح مرتبطاً ارتباطاً وثيقاً بالتكلفة والقدرة الإنتاجية والجودة، وبالطبع الاستخدام. وهذا ما يصنع الفارق الحقيقي في الأداء والتكلفة. أطوار المواسير الكبيرة تعني وصلات أقل، لحامات أقل، وبالتالي قوة أكبر وعمر افتراضي أطول.
البيئة في صميم اهتمامنا. المخاوف البيئية والبصمة الكربونية لا تقل أهمية في نظرنا عن أي عامل آخر، فتوصيل المواسير للمنشآت الصناعية يتطلب شحن آلاف الأمتار لمسافات طويلة. نعتمد على سحب المواسير عبر القاطرات البحرية، حيث يمكن لقاطرة واحدة نقل آلاف المواسير، بما يعادل مئات من الشاحنات، مما يعني تقليل انبعاثات ثاني أكسيد الكربون وتوفير التكلفة. الطفو والمرونة وقوة تحمل الإجهاد العالية تجعل النقل البحري خياراً مثالياً، فمواسيرنا مصممة لما هو أكبر وأصعب من ذلك بكثير. حتى الآن تمكنا من تسليم أكثر من 100 شحنة إلى أوروبا ودول البحر الأبيض المتوسط وأمريكا الجنوبية وأفريقيا. وفي مواقع التنفيذ نوفر خدمات اللحام والتجهيزات اللازمة لتجميع الخطوط، وعند الحاجة نقدم أيضاً الدعم في مرحلة التركيب. هدفنا دائماً هو مساعدة المصممين والمقاولين والعاملين الرئيسيين لضمان أن يعمل كل شيء كما يجب. لا حاجة لمعدات معقدة أثناء تغطيس المواسير، حيث يمكن إجراء عملية التركيب في خطوة واحدة مستمرة عن طريق تفريغ الهواء من المواسير داخل المياه بسرعة تتراوح بين 500 إلى 1000 متر في الساعة. مواسيرنا تتمتع بضمان مدى الحياة تحت مياه البحر، كما تم اعتماد تقنيات اللحام الخاصة بنا لضمان الكفاءة طوال فترة الخدمة. وبالطبع صممت مواسيرنا لتحمل الكوارث الطبيعية والتغيرات المناخية. نحن نبذل قصارى جهدنا لتقديم أكثر الحلول صداقة للبيئة، ونتابع كل خطوة من خطوات عملنا عن كثب لضمان أقل تأثير ممكن على الطبيعة. في بايب لايف نقوم بإنتاج أنابيب البولي إيثيلين منذ أكثر من 50 عاماً. صنعنا خبراء في المجال القليل فقط يمكنه مضاهاتهم. نعمل جنباً إلى جنب مع أكبر المطورين والمقاولين في جميع أنحاء العالم، ونسعى دائماً إلى تحسين جودة الحياة من خلال حلول تهدف إلى حماية وتدفق المياه والطاقة.
We are from Italy, the northeast part of Italy. We are 100 kilometers far from Venice, so in the east part of Italy. We are a GRP producer. We built piping and storage tank up to 4 meters diameter. Our company is a company with a background and a knowledge of more than 60 years, because our owner, Sguassero family, is a family that is running in these fields from more than 60 years. We produce pipes and with the filament winding discontinuous system. That means that we made cross filament winding and on a precise angle to guarantee the pressure, because our piping is for pressure line, so for public network fields or cooling water in the plants, or the heart of the plants with chemical, acid, and other kind of liquids. We supply in Middle East a lot of our materials, especially also with Dream Gulf. We supply to Metito. We have orders ongoing with Metito for desalination plant. We made with them Burullus plant with Orascom. We use different type of resin. That is the request of the customer in base at the liquid that go through the pipes or the tank. So we can use resin for water, like isophthalic resin, or resin for chemicals that are vinyl ester resin, and we can use also epoxy resin that is more common in the Middle East. Yes. We have everything inside our company, so the design is made by us inside the company. We have degrees engineer that can develop the request of the customers. As on the GRP, a lot of engineering company, also big contractor, do not have so much experience or people knowledge on that kind of materials. So the big company was asking also for GRP company who can help them in engineering. So sometimes we made also workshop inside the big customer to understand how to use GRP or where to use GRP. Okay, this is the kind of product that we can supply. Our must is the balance pivot joints. The balance pivot joints, that means that the manpower specialized to make the welding is not needed. Because with the balance pivot joints, it's just a matter to insert a male in a female with a double O-ring and a K-lock. So usually with the GRP, the most worse, let me say, things is the welding on site, because you need specialized manpower. Maybe you need to move chemicals from our factory to the other part of the works. But in this case, we save this situation with these joints that is a mechanical joints. So it's just to insert a male in a female. So it's a very easier and quicker things. The GRP can have a lot of name and acronyms, but at the end it's the same materials. Usually in North Europe it's called FRP, fiber reinforced plastic. Usually in Middle East it's called GRP or GRE. But at the end is the same products. GRP is composite material that can reach today also mid to high temperature, because before the GRP was using just for ambient temperature or maximum 60, 70, 80 degrees. Now with new resin on the market, we can reach also till 1040 degrees. Because the most important thing is the HDT of the resin. That means the heat distortion temperature of the resin. And now on the market there are resin with an HDT of 180 degrees. So that means that we can reach 140 with this kind of resin. Usually the most common resin used are vinyl ester, epoxy, and isophthalic resin, as I told before. And isophthalic resin is suitable till 50, 60 degrees. Vinyl ester resin is suitable till 80, 90 degrees. And then there are the epoxy Novolac resin that can resist till 140 degrees. Also, now the GRP with the glasses reach also on a very good mechanical properties, because now between GRP and carbon steel, the difference in mechanical properties are not so far away. We are very close to carbon steel, to metallic materials, let me say. And also the advantage of the GRP is the weight, because the weight of the GRP is 1/4 of the carbon steel. So we can give to our customer the possibility to save a lot of money in terms of lifting equipment on site, because you don't need big cranes or big lifting equipment, as the material is not so heavy. But you can maintain the same characteristic as carbon steel without to lose any mechanical properties. The GRP products are, let me say, the best solution for the corrosion allowance, because you don't need extra thickness on the GRP for corrosion. As in the metallic materials, before the pressure, you have to choose the thickness for the corrosion allowance. On the GRP, this is not needed, because if the GRP resists, will be no corrosion in this kind of material. Also, the GRP do not suffer the cathodic underground, so cathodic protection with GRP is not needed. So all this advantage with this material can be for, at the end, if you give a look at 360 degrees on this material, an advantage in terms of money and in terms of efficiency, because GRP is designed to resist 40 years. So if you install the GRP in a proper way, as the depth of the shell is our most important norm to produce the GRP, sets if the company will design, construct, and supervise the installation, the GRP can resist 40 years, and you can forget it about this material underground or above ground. The GRP pipes or storage tanks are built in three layers, let me say. There are the liner, that is the corrosion barrier, then there are the mechanical structure, and the external liner to protect against UV radiation, abrasion, and chemical attacks for the above ground application. As I told you before, our must is the balance pivot joints, as no manpower specialized in GRP welding is needed. But there are also other type of jointing, as usually the balance pivot is for underground and for very long line application. For the heart of the plant or for above ground application, there are also the button wrap welding or the conical gluing joints. This one needed specialized manpower who know how to do it, otherwise it will be a mess.
North Africa and Middle East since 15 years ago, I think.
Yes.
And frankly speaking, some of the most successful experiences in our working life belongs from our job here in the North Africa, in Egypt in a special punctual way, and also in some other country north of Africa, like Libya, and sometime in Tunisia. My company, it's a family-based company, let me say. I am part of the property of the company. I'm the second generation. The company was established in 1974 by my father, let me say. It's a typical Italian company. All the family working inside. We are in Napoli. And we started working with one specific company in Italy. Now it's called Nexans. It's a French company. We started as a partner of that company in 1974. But time by time, we developed our society, our company, because we put our attention in the cable market. And what is the problem of the cable? The problem of the cable market is that the big factories don't have the variety of products. So we tried to go deeply in the variety. So we started working in several small field with different kind of cables. This is our company all over Italy. The headquarters is in Napoli, where we stay, but we have some company all over Italy. We are in Milan, we are in Rome, we are in Avezzano in the east of Italy, in the middle east of Italy, and we have some other small unit selling all over the country. Cables are for us we start with the cables from the small cables for telecommunication and for small power, let me say, so for signal, industrial signal, up to the extra high voltage. In this way, we cover all the fields, and some of these fields, important for us, we have energy, the generation and transportation, and in the last 10 years, the renewables energy. Let me say, in Italy, we are one of the strongest company for cable supplying in renewable energies. Till today, we work it up to 130 renewables plants, up to 150 megawatt in each plant, in photovoltaic and wind farm. So we supply, in this case, cable, high voltage, medium voltage, optical fiber, and low voltage cables for the distribution inside the plant. These are our main point. Transportation, we are partners of the Italian Railway. We supply cables. One of our important supplying of cables was Metro Riyadh Metro. It's a project that we did together with Ansaldo. Now it's called Hitachi. At the time of the project, Ansaldo was the company in charge for the signal and powering of the line in the Metro Riyadh. And we supplied with our partner, as we told before, El Suidi. We supplied to Metro Riyadh cables from El Suidi to Ansaldo and was installed there. Some other of our fields, I think this is Dubai, no? I don't know. Seems so. For sure, our low voltage cables are installed in all the residential area, fire resistant, and not only, everything of a safe. These are our reference list in terms of cables that we can supply in step by step in different areas. Power transmission, we have also the fire resistant cable for signaling that are very well in oil and gas, in the services of the transmission of the pumps, all the valves and so on, all the signals. These are all the area we are involved in. Cables are wherever. So we have here photovoltaic, let me say. Also, we are involved in the lighting because we worked on the renewing of the lighting system in Italy, changing the traditional lamp to the LED lamps. And these are the certificate we have. We have now here, it's not, but here we have also the approval for the Russian market. Even now, it's not so easy to work with them. We have the approval of the national grid, the Italian national grid, Terna. These are the approval that we have for the cables and for our company, for the environment, for the quality, and all the certificate needed for developing the projects all over the world. Let me check, I was wrong. These are some brief explanation of our places. We have a stock in all over Italy. It's more or less 20 million euros cables in stock. So one of our strongest point is that we are able to supply the cables in a few time and with a very, very deep variety of cables. Our stock is 20 million, as I told, and it covers more or less 20,000 square meters. All the system is equipped with barcode, and so we can find drum by drum, even by my telephone. We can know which kind of cable, which size of drum, which weight, and whatever, side by side, by means of our barcode, and we have everything in the system.
And adding to what Mr. Latella is saying, the advantage of having stock cables ready for the customer's requirement give us the leverage to do a business of almost 5 million euro of cables in all the new plants of electricity in Egypt since 2007 to 2020.
We was involved. Then you will help me in explaining our project in Egypt, because no one better than you can do. We have also a special plant for manufacturing cables for oil and gas. In our site in Napoli, we do all the armored, fire-resistant, and oil-resistant cables that we supply to the oil and gas company. We do this in Italy with Eni, the Italian company for the oil. We do this with Sonatrach, because Sonatrach, as you know, has a plant in Italy, the Algerian company. And we do with all the sub-supplier of the oil company, Tecnimont, Techimp, and all the company that works in the oil and gas system. This is one of our most important field for us. Most of our revenue belongs from the oil and gas. And this is a brief summary of which kind of cables we have in our system, in our catalog. High temperature cable, optical fiber, telecom, all the medium voltage, also for the overhead lines, cables for direct burial, and, as I told, wind farm cables. Building, power and wiring cables for building, power and wiring cables for halogen-free. These cables for the solar plants we use for connecting the panels between each other. And these are the communication cable for the oil and gas. Single shielded, total shielded, armored and non-armored, fire resistant and oil resistant. Now, bare copper.
Excuse me, do you do undersea cables?
Undersea cables? Unfortunately, no. As you know, the company doing this kind of cables are not so much all over the world. We have a strong partnership with another company doing the undersea cables, but we don't do. For the Italian market, for sure, we have also another branch for some industrial equipments, transformers and so on, but these are partnerships that we have with some Italian manufacturers. Why? Because in Italy, when we go to the customer and we give them all the kind of cables they need, usually they ask also to complete the supplying of the plant. And these are the equipment we have in our portfolio to complete the plant. Joints and termination for the cables, low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage. Cabinet, power transformer, cable tray, and explosion-proof material that we use in our any project. All the lugs and for the metallic legs for the cables. Solar panel, inverter, and that's it. This is what we use for solving our problems. So in the complete plant we have in Italy. This is our partner. As I was told, Sweden Electric is one of the most important partners we have, because we started working with them in some projects since 12 or 15 years ago.
With these solar panels, do you manufacture the cells as well?
No. The cells are made in China, or Chinese, but 95% of Italians manufacturers get the cells from Far East, let me say. That's it. Now we are starting working with an Italian company doing the lithium batteries for some project, and they are made in Italy batteries. This is a good chance, because it's in Europe it's very complicated to get this kind of batteries, and we are starting cooperating with a local company close to us to make the lithium batteries, and in order to work in the storage together with the photovoltaic plants. These are our partner. L3D is one of these, and please come here